Most people assume that once they've stored water, they're prepared. But that assumption can become a problem when an actual emergency happens. Because storing water is only part of the equation. How you store it, where you store it, and how you maintain it can make the difference between having a reliable emergency supply and discovering that your backup plan doesn't work when you need it most. Across the country, more families are becoming aware of water shortages, infrastructure issues, severe weather events, and temporary service disruptions. As a result, many homeowners are taking steps to build emergency water reserves. The good news is that preparing for a water emergency doesn't have to be complicated. The bad news is that many people make the same avoidable mistakes. And those mistakes can reduce the effectiveness of an otherwise well-intentioned preparedness plan. One of the most common mistakes is simply not storing enough water. Many households buy a few cases of bottled water and assume they're covered. But water consumption adds up much faster than most people realize. Drinking water is only part of the picture. People also need water for preparing food, basic hygiene, medications, pets, and other daily needs. What appears to be a comfortable supply can disappear surprisingly quickly during a multi-day disruption. This is why emergency preparedness experts often recommend calculating water needs based on the number of people in the household and the expected duration of an emergency. The next mistake involves poor storage locations. Water is often stored wherever space is available. Garages, sheds, attics, outdoor storage areas. While some of these locations may be convenient, they can also expose water containers to excessive heat, freezing temperatures, direct sunlight, or environmental contamination. Over time, extreme conditions can affect both the water and the containers themselves. A better approach is storing emergency water in cool, dry, protected environments whenever possible. Basements, interior closets, utility rooms, and climate-controlled storage areas are often safer options. Another common mistake is failing to rotate stored water. People often purchase emergency supplies with good intentions and then completely forget about them. Years pass. Containers remain untouched. Labels fade. Nobody remembers when the water was originally stored. While properly stored water can remain usable for extended periods, regular inspection and rotation help maintain quality and reduce uncertainty. A simple labeling system can make a significant difference. Knowing exactly when water was stored provides confidence and helps eliminate guesswork. Another mistake is relying on only one storage method. Many households put all their preparedness efforts into a single solution. Maybe they only store bottled water. Maybe they rely entirely on one large container. Maybe they assume local stores will remain available if supplies run low. The problem with relying on a single solution is that every system has limitations. The most resilient preparedness plans usually involve layers. Bottled water, larger storage containers, water filtration, alternative collection methods. Each layer adds flexibility and reduces dependence on any one source. One often overlooked mistake is ignoring water filtration. People tend to focus heavily on stored water while overlooking what happens after those reserves are depleted. In a short emergency, stored water may be sufficient. In a longer disruption, additional options become increasingly important. Portable filters, gravity-fed systems, countertop filtration units, and other treatment methods can provide access to alternative water sources if necessary. The goal isn't to replace stored water. The goal is to complement it. Filtration creates an additional layer of preparedness. Another mistake involves using containers that were never designed for long-term water storage. Some people reuse old containers without fully understanding what materials were originally stored inside them. Even containers that appear clean may not be appropriate for drinking water storage. Food-grade containers specifically designed for water storage help reduce risks and improve long-term reliability. Container quality matters more than many people realize. Another issue is neglecting household changes. Preparedness plans often remain frozen in time. A family stores water based on their needs several years ago and never updates the plan. But households change. Children grow older. Pets are added. Medical requirements evolve. Family size increases or decreases. Water planning should reflect current reality rather than outdated assumptions. Periodic reviews help ensure emergency supplies remain aligned with actual household needs. Some people also underestimate the importance of accessibility. A perfectly maintained water supply isn't very useful if it's difficult to reach during an emergency. Storage locations should be practical, accessible, easy to inspect, easy to rotate, and easy to use when conditions become stressful. Preparedness works best when systems are simple and realistic. Another increasingly common mistake is focusing only on short-term emergencies. Many people prepare for a temporary outage lasting a day or two. Few people think about longer disruptions, droughts, infrastructure failures, natural disasters, extended power outages. These situations can place additional pressure on water systems for much longer than expected. This doesn't mean every household needs massive water reserves. It means preparedness planning should consider multiple scenarios rather than a single event. In recent years, some homeowners have also begun exploring supplemental approaches such as rainwater collection systems, off-grid water solutions, and atmospheric water generation concepts. These systems are often viewed as additional layers of resilience rather than replacements for traditional water storage. The most effective preparedness strategies usually combine several approaches rather than relying entirely on one. And that leads to the most important lesson of all. The biggest mistake isn't storing water incorrectly. The biggest mistake is assuming preparation can be done once and forgotten forever. Preparedness is not a one-time purchase. It's an ongoing process. A good emergency water plan evolves over time. It adapts to changing needs. It accounts for new risks. And it creates multiple options instead of a single point of failure. Most water storage mistakes are surprisingly easy to fix. A better storage location, a labeling system, periodic inspections, additional filtration, more realistic planning. Small improvements can dramatically increase confidence and resilience. Because when a water disruption occurs, the goal isn't just to have water. The goal is to know that your system will work. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more content about emergency preparedness, water security, off-grid living, backup utility systems, and practical self-sufficiency. You can also check the resources in the description for additional information about water storage solutions, filtration systems, and emergency preparedness tools related to the topics discussed in this video.